What is going on, everybody? It is DM Gaming here with the DM Gaming Morning Show, y'all. We got a lot of things on tap today. Want to talk a little bit about some things in the video game world, some things in the real world, some things in the movie industry, as well as the entertainment industry. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, the DM Gamer Morning Show. What's good, everybody? DM Gaming, y'all, and we are here for the DM Gaming Morning Show. I want to welcome everybody back. It's been a while, man. It has been a while, hasn't it? But we are back, and we are better than ever. Y'all, we have a lot to talk about today. Don't know if we'll get to it all, but definitely some good things on tap to discuss today. Of course, y'all know we can't have a live, podcast talk without talking about some games. Y'all definitely want to talk about the entertainment industry as far as Black Panther coming out and some stuff on that, as well as current events, sadly, such as the situation with the school shooting in Florida. And also some stuff in the sports world, So without further ado, Let's get into it. There you go. So y'all, I'm glad to be back. I missed y'all. It has been a long time since we've been here, but we are here and no need to fear. It's the DM Gaming Show. So y'all, what I want to talk about mostly today, or start out talking with, I guess, is more or less video game news. If y'all missed the live stream last night, I was featured on Back Pocket Game Reviews channel, and it was very fun, man. We talked about a lot of things, a lot of good things, and it was very interesting, very good experience. And for those of y'all who don't know, I started out on YouTube. I think we kind of got into a little argument on his page, and but everything turned out good, man. We ended up being real good friends on Twitter and stuff like that. And I remember asking him when I first started about doing a collaboration, and it turned out that he told me no. he told me no. Yeah. Laugh at me if you want to. Yeah, he told me no, but he told me why he was telling me no. And instead of being angry and fussing and arguing and ignoring him and hating and all that, I took that to heart, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to take his advice. I'm going to build my channel, and that's exactly what we've done, and it has worked out for us. Has it not, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah. It's definitely worked out for us, and last night was, to me, a sign, an omen to say, keep going. You're doing the right things. You're heading in the right direction. But I couldn't do it without you guys. I couldn't do it without the support system that we have in place here at DM Gaming and the DM&M community. So I was going to do a YouTube video about this. I mentioned it. I alluded to this in one of my other videos about the relationship between the publishers and the developers. And this is something, y'all, that I was like, you know what? Why not do this on the morning show, to kind of get things back in the swing and things of that nature. So when you look at how things are with the relationship between the developer and the publishers, because when it comes to Madden, and this is where a lot of this stems from, is Madden, people don't realize how much trash these guys take, when it comes to the developers on Facebook. On Twitter and things like that. Rex Dixon, Clint Oldenburg, John White. And a lot of people feel like they're the reason things aren't as good as they could be in the game. And y'all, this is not true. This is not true. There's two main, there's three main crowds in a sense of making a game, and that's the community, which are us, we're the community. Then you have the developers and the publishers. Now, the goal of the publisher is like EA, Electronic Arts. They are the publisher. Now, the developer is essentially EA Sports or Rex Dixon. He's probably the head of that particular department. EA Sports would be the developer, or Tiburon in place of EA or whatever. So the developer's job is to make the game. That's really their job. They are to make the game within the guidelines, regulations, and desires of the publisher. The publisher says, hey, we want to do this with the game. Then the developers make that happen. Now, the problem that a lot of people run into is that with the developers and the publishers and things of that nature, it's one of those things where you excuse me, you have to be mindful that when things aren't right in the game, it's not always the developer's fault. Like, as far as if it's something like gameplay, something that could be fixed or rectified, then yeah, it's probably on the developers. But if with something as far as content that's in the game, it's probably on the line of the publisher. Now, with Madden, for instance, people not getting what they wanted with 18, not a lot of content coming in connected franchise mode. Y'all, that has a lot to do with the publisher, because EA wanted to put long shot in the game. Now, they say, this is what bothers me. This is what's weird, because they say they've been working on long shot for 4 years. Y'all, it doesn't even take major movies, major studios to make movies that long. I guess it's been in the works, meaning they've been talking about it, discussing it, trying to get everything together. And maybe this past year, they just put everything together and finally put it out. But I digress. It was the publisher, EA, who decided to put long shot in the game. And because I would imagine this was probably a last minute kind of decision, because a lot of the hands on deck, as far as the people, like Rick said, the people that would have worked on franchise mode, the people that would have worked on different other parts of the game that were lacking, were sent to basically work on long shot. Now, I don't know, maybe this was a thing for EA to try to save money or something like that. But, instead of hiring a crew to come in and work on this, they're just taking guys in-house. And as a result, Madden suffered badly when it came to franchise mode. Now, Madden Ultimate Team did just fine. It's so much, in fact, that Madden was number 4, I think, on the list of games sold, and the top games sold in 2017, with Madden Ultimate Team seeing an increase. And this is one thing that I discussed in the video, is that we see an issue where if you look at Ultimate Team, it's not looking good, guys. It's really not, as far as us in franchise mode, because they're going to look, the publisher is going to look and say, well, we added long shot to the game, and there was an increase in Madden Ultimate Team, which, y'all, it's a direct correlation, because at the end of long shot, it sends you to Ultimate Team. So, and so they could easily look at that and say, well, we want to put more of this into the game. We want to do a long shot season 2 because we want to continue to build on our Ultimate Team, because that's going to get us more money. That's that residual income through basically microtransactions and things of that nature, which is insane. But it also, like I said, leaves a big hole for us as far as us franchise mode players and things of that nature. It's not much money to make there. So you can kind of tell where the focus is going to be. But with that being said, Rex has alluded to Madden's franchise mode stepping up in 19, and as well as it should, because if it doesn't, then there's already backlash. It's just going to get much worse, because let's be real. Madden 18 should have been renamed Madden 18 or Madden Ultimate Team 18, because franchise mode was just pretty much non-existent, to the point where a lot of people either didn't buy it, or people like myself bought it, got tired of it within the first couple of months, traded it in and stopped playing it, Now I'm looking forward to 19, because I don't know, y'all, I just feel like they are going to do better. Yes. Laugh at me all you want to, but that's what I think. That's what I feel. I really feel like they're going to do better. So we'll see how that works. But Gonna take a quick break, y'all, and we're gonna get back into some more discussions about the Black Panther movie. So y'all stay tuned. All right, y'all, welcome back to the DM Gaming Show. Appreciate the patience. Appreciate y'all bearing with me there for a little bit. So this weekend, Black Panther came out in theaters, and a lot of people were excited about it. And a lot of people were not excited about it. There were a couple of theaters that actually stopped the showing, or they didn't let the movie show. I don't know what was the reason behind it. I assume it was fear of something happening, which I had, concerns about that as well. You've had some people, I think there was a handful of Caucasian American women that were posting pictures, false claims of violence at Black Panther movies. And the theaters confirmed these things to be false, y'all. But the stuff was still put out there, and that's a shame. But the biggest thing that kind of irked me was how people aren't understanding why blacks in America are excited about this. And they say, because you have the black populace saying they're excited about this because it's the first black superhero. And that's a very short term to describe the full depth of what they're excited about, what we're excited about. Now, is it the first black superhero? No. Is it the first black mainstream comic book superhero to make the big time, blockbuster movie? Yeah. Yes and no. Yes and no. Let me explain this, and I'm going to go through the list of the ones that people tend to throw out there to say, no, he's not the first. Well, Black Panther comic was written in 1966, I believe it's when it started, which is before the other ones. So people said Hancock. Okay, first of all, Hancock, y'all, was a drunk, and he was a a-hole. Y'all know, they even called him it in the movie, Not to be taken seriously. I mean, he was a hero at the end of the day, but dude suffered major issues. And don't take this the wrong way, but his weakness was a Caucasian woman, a white woman, in the movie. And they were paired, yes, but he was weak when he was with her. That was his weakness. Basically, that was Hancock's kryptonite, was a white woman. So in the black community, that doesn't bode pretty well. You get what I'm saying? And also Blade. That was another one. Blade, yes, he's a hero in a sense. He doesn't, Blade never talks about caring for the world and stuff like that. Blade killed vampires that tried to take over the world in a sense. But Blade is not a guy you want to look at your son and say, you could be like him one day, or a picture you hang on your wall, your son wanting to be like Blade if he could, that's not an all around encompassing guy. And once again, there is the Caucasian assistance in a sense there with his mentor being a Caucasian man. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just telling y'all why Black America is so excited about Black Panther. They said Catwoman, Halle Berry was Catwoman. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Halle Berry, I think she's mixed. First of all, I mean, Catwoman was Catwoman, the original Catwoman, was not a black woman. You know, Halle Berry just happened to get the role for that. You know, and the movie was good, probably because Halle Berry was in it, and she yeah, it's Halle Berry. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all know what I'm saying, don't you? Halle Berry, baby. But you know, so Halle Berry, Catwoman don't count. You know, and then what else? I heard Men in Black. Seriously, do we really have to discuss that? Well, first of all, Men in Black is a comedy. Second of all, his assistants were all Caucasian. His leader was Caucasian. Nothing wrong with that, but that's not why people are excited about Black Panther. And then there was some other ones, y'all. There was some throwback movies. I don't know if y'all remember Meteor Man and Handicap Man, which, like I said, both of those are comedies not to be taken serious in a sense. You're not telling your sons aren't hanging posters of these individuals on walls. And somebody said Spawn. Now, if y'all have ever seen Spawn, yes, he was a hero in a sense, but y'all, Spawn is an adult thing that is not for children at all. So we're not going to count Spawn. So when you look, Black Panther, I mean, it was not entirely. There was some other nationalities in there, but the main cast were all blacks. The director was black and the producer were black. And it's a Marvel comic, which has been in the comics for a long time. Storm from X-Men was even, I think she was married to Black Panther in the original comics and things of that nature. That's where she comes from, Wakanda, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. She was one of them warriors that got down with it, you know. And that's why people are excited, because there's black representation in Hollywood with this film, and it's not in the sense of a slave, a thug, gangbanger, you know, a maid, a butler, you know, someone stupid, ignorant, below the norm. And here's my thing about this, because it goes both ways. Yes, blacks are tired of being represented in these roles, but why do we keep taking those roles? If we never took the role of a slave, who would they get to play a slave? They would have to put probably somebody in blackface, and that would be a huge issue, you know. It's just, to me, I understand it, because if somebody offered me $1 million to play a slave in a movie, and I'm trying to build my acting career, I'm not going to say that I would say no to that role, but I'm not going to turn around and complain that we're only depicted in those roles. And I think the issue with it is that while they are playing these roles, it's in hopes to get larger roles that they never kind of really get. You see what I'm saying? Man, this dude right here, this film, y'all, is good. You need to go check it out. The man deserves an Oscar. It's going to be very interesting when the Oscars come out, that maybe one of these actors and actresses may end up getting an Oscar, which would be a first in the black community for something of that magnitude, to get an Oscar not playing a role of, like I said, a slave, a gangbanger, or, you know, something of that effect, a superhero that's inspiring and things like that. So let them have it. Let us have it, you know? Let us have it. Let us have it. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. So like I said, y'all, go check out the movie if you haven't seen it. It's a great movie. It's good. You're going to like it. I want to see it because not just because of the cast and what it represents and things like that. I want to see it because I love superhero movies, man. I'm waiting for the next Justice League to come out. You see what I'm saying? Been watching all these superhero. Marvel has been doing a phenomenal job in their movies with the Avengers, Iron Man, the new Spider-Man, Infinity War coming out. Like, it's, you know, I don't want people thinking, oh, he's just going to see it because it's Black Panther. No, I'm going to see it because I like superhero movies, you know. So definitely going to check that out. So next, y'all, we're changing gears a little bit. We're going to get to some of the major things that's been going on in the country right now with the incidents down in Florida and things of that nature. And how that bleeds into the sports world. We're actually going to get into some sports with that. It's going to be a mixture. But y'all just stay tuned, and we'll be right back after this. All right, y'all, we are back at it again. There you go. We back, y'all. Thank y'all for that small break, y'all. I didn't mention this, y'all, but if you're new to the podcast, y'all, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's www.youtube.com/C/DM Gaming 06. Okay, www.youtube.com/C/DM Gaming 06. You can also follow us on Twitter at DM Gaming 5, y'all. I do Instagram. You can see us on there at DM Gaming. At DM Gaming, same thing on there. I may have changed it back to Andre. I can't remember. We don't do Instagram that much. I'm really more Twitter and YouTube, which this should be live on YouTube. I've been checking during the breaks. I'm not seeing it, so it may I may have it switched to the secondary channel. So if so, then I apologize. We'll get it on the big channel. But y'all, so we all know what's been going on in Florida. And we know how this has affected the country, how it's been annoyingly present, and in a sense of it keeps happening and nothing's been done about it. And every time it happens, we're torn between giving up our Second Amendment right to carry guns or certain guns. And, people say, so you have some people on one side that says, well, people with guns kill people. You have other people saying it's the guns if you don't have those kinds of guns and things like that. And I just like to say where I stand on it. And where I stand on it is this, when those documents were written, when the amendments when that Constitution was forged, the right to bear arms was for the militia, and it was really to keep the government in check, that if we were to come together to rise, that we could bear arms against them. And I think kind of that's why they want to do everything to get rid of it, because I think something may be coming in the near future that will cause an uprising, and we would not have the right to carry those weapons. Now, people need to look at the history of some of these other countries, like Germany, for instance. Yes, whenever Hitler burned down, I think it was a library. And it ended up, they made it like it was an outside job when it was really an inside job. And then later on, he ended up taking the people's guns. And guess what happened after that? Dictatorship, my friends. I'm not saying that that's going to happen here, but history does have a funny way of repeating itself. Also, when those amendments were written, they didn't have auto rifles. They didn't have semi-automatic rifles. They didn't have the firepower that we have today. Now, is it true that guns kill people? Yes, they were created for that specific reason, to kill and cause bodily harm, but at the same time, it is people, because you do have responsible individuals out there who have firearms, who aren't going around blasting up people, Now, I will say this, what do you need to have an AR-15 or a semi-automatic rifle for? Unless you plan on taking out some folks. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't think people should do anything about it. Even if you made the guns illegal, people would still find a way to get them. And I'm just telling you, I really, really strongly feel that they trying to take away our right to own powerful weapons because something is coming. Something is coming that is going to rile the people up, and it is going to be nasty. And if they have better firearms than we do, then guess who's going to win that fight? You get what I'm saying? Now, as far as protecting your family and stuff like that, I mean, a firearm, a handgun will do just fine. A baseball bat, will do fine. Something of that nature. I don't see the need of needing a semi-automatic rifle. I mean, because let's be real, those things were made strictly to kill, for war and things like that. So, if guns didn't kill people, we'd go to war with butter knives and spatulas, but we not. We go to war with guns. It's a touchy subject, man, and it's one subject that, man, I don't know if we'll ever see the end to, because where they'll change it on one hand, you'll have somebody come later on and change it back, But this, y'all, has bled over into the sports world, of course, and we know how the NBA is. They are very open, and they talk about stuff that's close to the top, And the news anchor from Fox is, okay, let's backtrack. So it was LeBron James and Kevin Durant in a vehicle with the lady from Sports News 1 or Fox Sports News, Fox Sports. and she was, talking to us. Pretty good interview, pretty good thing that they did, and LeBron and KD, they gonna be open, especially LeBron. He's gonna be very open about what he says. A lot of people might not like LeBron as a player, but you cannot deny that man he's a good man as far as backing up what he says, because he does tremendous work in the community. And you can go, if you watch go back and watch the live stream on Back Pocket Game Reviews channel that we did. It has a Splatoon 2 picture on it, y'all, but we wasn't playing Splatoon 2. But anyway, he's from Ohio. And we talked a little bit about that with LeBron James and what they did. And he says that he does a lot of stuff in Cleveland. He does a lot of stuff in Ohio. LeBron James has paid, I think he paid about $41 million for a lot of kids' college. Because this news lady basically bashed him, telling them to stick to dribbling, stick to basketball, shut up and dribble is what she said. And all because they're expressing their beliefs. And she bashed on him, talking about he barely finished high school. No, he graduated high school, lady. That he didn't go to college. Now, let me ask you this. If y'all had a chance to make the money that LeBron James made coming out of high school, would you have went to college? I don't think a lot of us would have. And if you have, good for you. But I'm going to be honest. If I was making that much money out of high school, I would not have thought about college. Because let's be real about college. How many people have a college degree and aren't working in their particular fields? How many people have a college degree and they're stuck paying back student loans for the next 20 years or 10 years or whatever? College is great. College is good, but college isn't for everybody. And college isn't the end all be all. Let's be real about that. Everybody cannot be doctors and lawyers. If everybody was doctors and lawyers, who would take out the trash? Who would work the sewer? Who would clean up the earth and things like that? Who would work the other jobs? Who would work? You can't say, well, the children in high school can work fast food. Who's going to be the managers? Who's going to own those businesses? Everybody can be doctors and lawyers, and it don't take a college education to be successful in this country. And that is the reason why we love America. Thank you. That's why we like it. Because you don't need college to be successful here. And that's the impression that she's giving off. He's not in. What scandal has LeBron James been involved in? I'll wait. None. Thank you. He may not have went to college, but the guy's a stand-up guy. You can't deny that. I don't care if you, like I said, I don't care if you don't like his play on the court. You can't deny that he's a stand-up guy, and he does what needs to be done when it needs to be done. You get what I'm saying? So, I don't know, but yeah, it was real upsetting, and he spoke about it. And here's the thing, because you also had, I think it was Steve Kerr, and the Spurs head coach also spoke against it. But she didn't tell them to shut up and stick to coaching, did she? No. And that's another thing about the black voice in America. When you have somebody like LeBron James, who's not involved in the streets, who's not getting involved in scandals, who's a family man that backs up what he says and takes care of the community and stuff like that, and comes out and says something like this, they try to stifle that voice, because it's he's a very inspirational man already, a great role model. And now, he's speaking out on things that for a long time blacks never spoke out against out of fear. And what does the media do? They try to bash him. They try to shut him up. They try to make him appear ignorant and stupid. And, don't listen to this guy because he didn't go to college. You know what? For those of y'all that don't know, these are the issues that Black America is plagued with. And I'm not trying to make the show racial. I'm not trying to make the discussion racial at all, but it's the truth, man. That is the truth. You tell me what makes her more qualified to speak on these things than LeBron James, than any of us. It's almost like, well, if you didn't go to college, then you don't have a right to speak about what's going on in America. Every American didn't go to college. There's some successful CEOs, billionaires, who've never touched a college campus. So you can't sit there and say stuff like that, man. It's just, it's just, man. But LeBron kept us cool about it, and he did respond to it with some comments and things like that. And it's just unfortunate, man, that we are in 2018 and things like this are still going on. Now, the media also did report that there were 18 school shootings this year alone. There wasn't. those statistics are screwed up, man. Because a lot of those, I mean, it may have been a student bringing a gun to school or made a shot that nobody was hit or something like that they count that as a school shooting. But if you're looking at a school shooting where people actually lost their lives and was harmed, the number is not 18, but yet and still the number is too high for something not to happen. And that's my question to y'all. What do we do? Where do we go, at this point? So, but that's how I feel about that, y'all. I'm going to take a quick commercial break to kind of let the mood mellow back out, and we'll get back with some very, very fun stuff to talk about, y'all. So stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. Be right back. All right, y'all, welcome back to the DM Gaming Show with your host, Mr. DM Gaming himself, me. That's how we do it. And I mean, y'all, it's like I said, it's been an eventful year so far, and it is only February. There's so much more to go, if the good Lord says the same, as far as living out this year. And the gaming community, I want to talk about the gaming community right now, because I don't think that we can't not talk about the gaming community. We are, where are we going? Because like me and Back Pocket talked last night, you have Activision making over $4 billion in microtransactions. And it's tough, man. I mean, where do we go from here as far as gaming? Where do we go from here as far as gaming when a company like that makes that kind of money from microtransactions alone? It's scary to say that it's not going away. You see what I'm saying? It's like, and this thing might be here to stay. I don't think it may not be going anywhere anytime soon. And that's very scary because microtransactions has the potential to ruin games. They really do. I mean, I don't see how anybody can deny that. And y'all know that I love Madden, like playing the game. Didn't this year though, but didn't care for it this year. But I like it because it's football. So with the potential for Microsoft to purchase EA, one has to wonder, if they do, where does that leave Madden on PlayStation? Where does that leave other games on PlayStation? Not just Madden, because remember also you have FIFA, NHL, NBA Live, and things like that, And I made a video about this, and we talked about this. Could it potentially lead to those games being Xbox exclusives? I mean, that's kind of scary when you think about it, If they make it an Xbox One exclusive, then there will be no more football for PlayStation. And that could be an issue for a lot of people, including myself. I mean, I got an Xbox, and I ain't worried about it, but I'm worried about it for other people, more people than just myself. Because, my gosh, but that could, I mean, it's happened before. For those of y'all who don't know, who may be too young to remember, 989 Sports was a Sony exclusive. So games like NCAA football, from 99 Sports or 99 Sports Game Breaker and stuff like that. Those games were really only on PlayStation from 99 Sports. So it's been done before. It's not anything new. It's not like, it's not like it hasn't been done. It's been done. Those things have happened before. So it could very well happen again. Not to mention Xbox, that would be the perfect way for them to sell consoles. Because just imagine if a game like Madden or NHL or FIFA comes out and the only way to buy it is on an Xbox One. That's going to be an issue for a lot of people. Some people who really enjoy those games, and a lot of people only buy those games, they're going to have to buy those games on said consoles. And that, like I said, could pose a big issue. It's just, but at the same time, they could allow Sony to still, have the game on those consoles, because if they own EA, if they own EA Sports and everything that comes with it, then they'll still make profit, and they're taking a risk because everybody's not going to jump out and buy Xbox Ones, especially at the prices that they're at right now. But if you look at a game like, you look at your typical game cost about at $65 after taxes, give or take, and then you look at an Xbox One console that's easily $150. I mean, you're basically looking at someone purchasing a console that would double what they would make if they bought just the game. Now, all of that money doesn't go straight to the developer. Some of it goes, to the publishers and things like that. But still, you get what I'm saying. I mean, I don't think there's going to be an influx of Xbox purchases, but with Xbox and Microsoft lacking in big hit exclusives, it could be an opportunity for them to do this very thing. It could be an opportunity for them to take advantage of this. And if they do go through with it and make it happen, they could be the ones sitting with EA in their back pocket and making it an Xbox One exclusive, which, man, I mean, Sony's going to take a hit because Microsoft is coming up. And like I said, we talked about that in the live stream last night. Microsoft is definitely making some big moves, and you can't hate them for it. In my opinion, Xbox Live is better than PlayStation Plus. The games are better. The servers are better for the most part, and it's just, to me, it's a better overall service, but they lack in exclusives. And like I said, this could be an opportunity for them to secure some heavy exclusives, as well as they have the financial backing to get some good people in there in EA to make some things happen with the higher ups, because Xbox does a really good job of listening to the fans, and maybe some of that influence will rub off on EA if they do acquire EA, and then maybe we can get some big things to happen in the games that the fans really want. So I don't know, man, but y'all, it has been an awesome show. We'll probably do another show tomorrow, y'all. I'm sorry that this one, I don't think this one aired live on YouTube or things like that. So I apologize about that. Tomorrow's show definitely will. I'll make sure that everything is right and ready for that. But y'all, I mean, it's on SoundCloud. It's on, subscribe. Like I said, subscribe to the YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Steve/DM-Gaming06. Follow us on Twitter at DM Gaming, y'all. And I appreciate everybody for stopping in for this morning's show. Leave your comments down in the comment section down below. And if you got some topics that you would like us to discuss on the show, hey, put that down in the comment section as well. Or just tweet it to us at DM Gaming 5 on Twitter. And we'll make sure to get that into the show, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Till next time, and God bless.